having the opposite effect of what you want. Every big name in show business came out for Kamala Harris, from Oprah to Clooney to Beyonce, and she lost every swing state. A survey of Ohio voters found Taylor Swift's endorsement actually had a negative impact, with 24% saying it made them less enthusiastic about her as a candidate.
Come on.
Read the room, Democrats. Al Pacino in The Godfather, Godfather 2, Serpico, Scarface, Dog Day Afternoon. I could go on. Crickets. Then he plays a blind guy who screams, hoo-ha, and welcome to the winner's circle. It's like honoring Michael Jordan for when he played baseball. But you know why he won that one. Blind guy. I mean, afflictions win. Oscar has been given to so many people with diseases, it should wear a hospital gown.
Bill Maher has finally set his sights on woke celebrities, and the results are nothing short of spectacular. Maher himself, a prominent figure in Hollywood, has woken up to how his progressive peers are gradually undermining the nation's values, and he's not staying quiet about it. His criticism was sharp, fearless, and brutally honest. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and let's get straight into it.
According to the internet, what I did with my comments at the Globes was laugh, scoff, mock, take a dig at, and refuse to join Golden Globes activism. Golden Globes activism? Oh, you mean the activism of fixing a fucking pin to my suit? I'm sorry, it clashed with my kafia. I hope I didn't spoil the perfect record of pins and ribbons solving all the world's problems. I mean, you can't name a problem from guns to AIDS to bullying to breast cancer that still exists after people wore a ribbon for it. Except all of them.
Maher takes a pointed shot at Hollywood activism, calling out a culture that mistakes symbolism for real action. In his view, too many stars reduce activism to wearing pins, ribbons, or flowers on the red carpet. Gestures that grab attention but achieve almost nothing beyond that fleeting moment. It's performance disguised as purpose. Maher argues this is hypocrisy at its finest, and it's difficult to disagree. These displays often seem detached from genuine understanding, as though the cause itself takes a backseat to appearances. You have to wonder how many of these celebrities could actually explain the issues they claim to champion. And if the message isn't truly understood, how can it spark real change? That's precisely why these symbolic acts rarely produce real-world results. Awareness without action is hollow, and Maher's criticism reveals a hard truth. Striking a pose for applause is not the same as actually doing the work.
3 years ago, everybody was all into Ukrainian flags. What happened to that? Another cause tossed into the junk drawer with yesterday's choke collar? Get out of here with your virtue-signaling body ornaments. They're just crucifixes for liberals. Because every time I see one, I think, Jesus Christ. But, you know, congratulations for raising awareness. The awareness you really care about, which is how wonderful you are.
Exactly. Many of these celebrities appear far more invested in drawing attention to themselves than to any cause they claim to support. In Hollywood, image is everything, and staying relevant often takes precedence over genuine compassion or meaningful effort. A well-timed statement, a trending hashtag, or a symbolic accessory can do more for their personal brand than any real attempt to help someone in need. The uncomfortable reality is that the more visible you are in Hollywood, the more opportunities come your way, bigger roles, lucrative deals, and constant media attention. That creates a system where perception overrides substance, and virtue signaling becomes a calculated move rather than a sincere one. As a result, the impact of their so-called activism rarely reaches beyond headlines and social media praise. It looks good, it sounds good, but in reality, it changes very little where it matters most.
Once told the award show crowd, "Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world." And of course, this is where celebrities say, "How dare you? We're citizens with just as much right to speak out." Agreed, you absolutely do. I'm just saying, don't.
Hollywood stars absolutely have every right to speak on social and political matters. But the problem is that many of them exist in a bubble where the boundary between reality and performance is dangerously thin. Their lives revolve around controlled settings, scripts, and curated appearances where everything is polished, predictable, and far removed from the hardships ordinary people face. When your world is defined by luxury, access, and distance from struggle, it becomes genuinely difficult to understand the depth of real-world problems. On top of that, much of what they absorb comes from social media, where outrage drives engagement and nuance is routinely dismissed. These platforms thrive on sensationalism, pushing oversimplified narratives designed for clicks rather than comprehension. So when celebrities echo these narratives, they often amplify shallow or misleading takes instead of offering meaningful perspective. The result is loud opinions with little depth, driven more by trends than genuine understanding or lived experience.
It's having the opposite effect of what you want. Every big name in show business came out for Kamala Harris, from Oprah to Clooney to Beyonce, and she lost every swing state. A survey of Ohio voters found Taylor Swift's endorsement actually had a negative impact, with 24% saying it made them less enthusiastic about her as a candidate.
Come on.
Read the room, Democrats.
Maher's right. Celebrities don't hold the kind of political sway they believe they do, especially when it comes to elections. There's often an assumption that star power naturally converts into votes. Reality keeps proving otherwise. Even when major names rally behind a candidate, it doesn't guarantee victory at the polls. Why? Because many everyday voters are growing increasingly skeptical of celebrity endorsements. They see a world of wealth, privilege, and carefully managed public images that feels completely disconnected from their own daily realities. When celebrities wade into politics, it can come across less like informed advocacy and more like detached commentary. That gap matters. Voters tend to focus on policies that affect their lives, not opinions shaped inside insulated environments. If anything, heavy reliance on celebrity backing can even backfire, deepening the perception that certain campaigns are out of touch. In the end, political influence is earned through trust and understanding, not fame or red carpet status alone.
Reds lost to Chariots of Fire. Shawshank Redemption lost to Forrest Gump. Some of the most iconic directors of all time. Hitchcock, Kubrick, Tarantino, Kurosawa, Bergman, Fellini, Rob Reiner have 0 wins for Best Director. The Oscars should give out a new award, the Kanye West I'ma Let You Finish Award. Yeah. Just put Kanye in the audience every year to jump up and say, "I'm gonna let you finish, but Shawshank is one of the greatest movies of all time." And the acting awards, no better. They're constantly giving out the make up for a snub Oscar when an actor gets one because the Academy stepped on its dick the first 10 times the guy should have won.
Exactly. Many Hollywood award show organizers appear driven more by ideological signaling than by genuine recognition of merit. Rather than celebrating excellence purely on the basis of storytelling, performance, and cultural impact, there's a growing sense that awards are distributed to satisfy certain political expectations. That shift has bred frustration among audiences who feel that some of the most beloved and widely watched films are being passed over. While lesser-known projects with minimal cultural reach walk away with the top honors, it creates the impression that recognition is no longer about what resonates with people, but about what fits a particular narrative. Over time, this disconnect erodes trust in these institutions. Viewers begin to question whether awards still reflect true achievement or simply industry politics, and when that doubt takes hold, the prestige of those awards begins to fade, turning what was once a celebration of cinematic greatness into a platform for ideological validation.
Al Pacino in The Godfather, Godfather 2, Serpico, Scarface, Dog Day Afternoon. I could go on. Crickets. Then he plays a blind guy who screams, hoo-ha, and welcome to the winner's circle. It's like honoring Michael Jordan for when he played baseball. But you know why he won that one. Blind guy. I mean, afflictions win. Oscar has been given to so many people with diseases, it should wear a hospital gown.
That's the central problem with Hollywood today. It often seems more focused on projecting the right values than simply honoring raw talent and outstanding performances. Rather than rewarding excellence on its own terms, there's a growing sense that decisions are shaped by a desire to satisfy a specific ideological audience. And when that happens, deserving actors and films get pushed aside in favor of choices that tick the right boxes. What makes it worse is the pattern that sometimes follows. Years later, the same actor who was overlooked for a genuinely exceptional performance suddenly receives an award for a far weaker one. It feels less like recognition and more like a correction, a consolation prize issued to fix a past mistake. But by then, the moment truly worth celebrating has already passed. In trying to balance perception with politics, Hollywood risks undermining the very quality that made it powerful, honoring authentic artistic brilliance.
In Hollywood, never say the R word, but if you play it in a movie, they will give you a trophy. And the Academy is also constantly giving it to an actor when they're really giving it to the character the actor played. Not that these weren't all fine performances, but if you, as a nominee, are up against someone who played Gandhi, or Lincoln, or Erin Brockovich, or Norma Ray, or Ray Charles, or Harvey Milk, or the guy in Philadelphia, or the dude at the Dallas Buyers Club, just stay home. It was never gonna happen.
Maher also highlights a long-standing trend in Hollywood awards, one that many viewers have quietly observed for years. Actors who portray real historical figures or characters dealing with serious illness often seem to carry a built-in edge when award season arrives. No matter how powerful, layered, or memorable a performance may be in another type of role, it can feel overshadowed the moment it faces a biopic portrayal or a deeply emotional suffering narrative. The assumption is that these roles automatically carry greater weight, greater importance, and greater awards-worthy gravitas. But that raises a legitimate question. Should the subject matter count for more than the actual performance? Maher's critique suggests this pattern undervalues originality and range, rewarding familiar themes over creative risk-taking. When awards become this predictable, it strips away the excitement and fairness of the process, leaving audiences wondering whether true excellence is really being recognized at all.
Also stay home if you're up against someone who, we suspect might not be up for an award again, or just up again. Art Carney in Harry and Tonto beat Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, John Wayne in True Grit, Henry Fonda, Jack Palance. I call this the Grandpa's Last Christmas Award. And it's always a laugh. The only thing the Academy prizes more than this is if an actor makes the ultimate sacrifice, gaining weight. Or losing weight. Or even, dare I say it, making themselves unbeautiful.
And if you've been paying attention, Hollywood tends to go into a frenzy whenever an actor undergoes a dramatic physical transformation. Whether it's significant weight loss, weight gain, or a complete appearance overhaul to fit a role, the industry frequently treats that level of dedication as the ultimate proof of greatness. But here's the problem. Physical sacrifice doesn't always equal a superior performance. Yet again and again, those transformations dominate award conversations, almost guaranteeing a win that season. It creates this unspoken rule that the more visibly an actor suffers or alters their body, the more deserving they become in voters' eyes. Meanwhile, more subtle, emotionally rich, and technically refined performances get overlooked simply because they lack that dramatic visual element. Maher's point cuts right through this pattern. It was never supposed to be about how much weight you lost, but how convincingly you brought a character to life.
Seriously, by this standard, you couldn't make Titanic today and hope to get nominated, or Braveheart, or Amadeus. Apollo 13 was about a bunch of white people because white people have done some stuff. But somehow, without a production code, Hidden Figures got made and completed the historical record about how we got to the moon. Sinners this year is up for more Oscars than any movie ever. Sinners is good. It doesn't need affirmative action. Neither did Parasite or Shape of Water, where she fucks a fish.
In the end, Maher's broader message hits hard. Hollywood has drifted away from authenticity and into performance, both on and off the screen. From shallow activism and image-obsessed celebrity culture to politically skewed awards and predictable voting patterns, the industry often seems more preoccupied with appearances than with substance. Whether it's distributing trophies based on narratives, rewarding physical transformations over genuine skill, or amplifying voices disconnected from everyday reality, the pattern is impossible to ignore, and audiences are taking notice. People are no longer as easily swayed by fame. They want honesty, merit, and real impact. That widening gap between Hollywood and the public is exactly why trust in these institutions keeps declining. Maher isn't just criticizing for the sake of it. He's calling out a system that has lost its footing. Until Hollywood refocuses on talent, truth, and meaningful contribution, that divide will only keep growing. On that note, we wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.